So, but guess what? Let me tell you about Oumuamua. So Oumuamua came through the galaxy, came through our solar system, and the study finally came in. Guess what they said? They said that it sped up. So Stephen Hawking, I'm gonna catch you up on this one. So Stephen Hawking looked at it, he said, that's an odd shape for an asteroid. We don't see asteroids like that. And because where it came from, they know that it didn't come from the Oort clouds. It's not one of our asteroids. It came from another solar system. They know that. So Stephen Hawking said he wanted to research it. See if it's putting off any radio signals or anything. So, but the study, and then he died. The studies finally came in, and they said that it slowed down. No, that's slowed down. They said it sped up. They said it came. Turn the music down. They said it came in, it saw Earth, and the rock sped up. The asteroid sped up. Scientists are saying, oh, it's solar radiation, and saying the asteroid had some gas and it was popping in the back, and whatever, and sped up because it heated up because of the sun, but it heated up in the right spot to make it go faster to get the hell away from Earth. This is what I think. If you live in a bad neighborhood, you ever notice? I used to live in rough neighborhoods. You ever notice people come through the community who don't want to be there? They put the window, put the window up, and then speed the hell up, and to pretend like they don't see you. They look straight ahead. So anyway, I'm not saying it's an alien spaceship. I don't know. I'm just saying if I lived in a solar system and I knew that all these creatures were on planets with limited resources, and it would make them violent, and they wouldn't figure out that it's poverty and scarcity that actually makes human beings violent, not because they were born that way, which is why hate speech matters. I'd probably put the asteroid in a shape that the dumb monkeys wouldn't recognize. Like the dumb monkeys who come in front of your house. I forgot who said that. One of the brothers said that on the thread. He said, you know what, it reminds me of how we used to hide the keys. We used to hide the keys. But so no, I'm not at the polls. I'm actually right here. Whatever y'all want to talk about, we can talk about today. But I thought Oumuamua was interesting, that it sped the hell up, looked like a rock, wrong shape. There's no way we can catch up to it. It's gone. But that's probably not true. We can probably catch up to it with all that top secret technology they got that they won't tell us about that could probably stop us from having effects on climate change, but we can't have a discussion about that because people believe and trust their government. And we do what they told you. I was listening to that yesterday. I was listening to Killing in the Name of. I actually listened to Fight the Power yesterday too. Sometimes it's good to just go back and get a reminder of who we're supposed to be. But good morning, everybody. Good morning. People don't talk, no GS, people don't talk, and that's why we got all the problems we do. Talking lives matter, dialogue matters, and that's why the elites that run all the political parties and all the sides of all the politics tell them not to talk to each other. While they all talk to each other. The leaders of the groups, they all talk to each other, GS. They're in meetings all the time. The lobbyists and the big business and the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, people who actually probably run all of this nonsense, they talk all the damn time. They go to the golf course together. They marry each other. It's like the Game of Thrones. They've been friends, all friends, buddies. But of course, they tell them Democrats don't talk to the Republicans. Republicans don't talk to Democrats. Left don't talk to the right. And everybody ignore the Greens and the Independents and the Constitution Party. And that's why we can't have nice things. That's why rocks speed up when they get here. Earth Ghetto. Where we just murder all day long. And we continue to vote to support the systems and show support for all the death and destruction. You think the giant probe is trying to talk to the whales? Shay, you know what? Don't hit on my Trekkie bone, girl. Don't hit on my Trekkie bone. You know I'm a Trekkie. We can do some Star Trek all day. I think I like to keep an open mind. I just think that I believe in degrees of plausibility. If I were out in space and I wanted to send probes around with cameras like Rocky hiding things, I wouldn't want the monkeys to know it was a probe, because then they'd stop it. They'd fly out. If the monkeys had spaceships, they'd come out there and knock out my probe. I don't want them to knock out my probe and steal my technology. I'd put it in an asteroid. I'd probably make a cylindrical shape and I'd send it. But I don't think it's the whales that's the issue, is it, Shay? I think the last theory I read was the jellyfish, right? They said the jellyfish they think came from space because they have characteristics that nothing else on this planet does. if the jellyfish came from space, we in big damn trouble. You know why, Shay? I was thinking about this because what if this is the jellyfish and they put a camera in there to come see how their jellyfish babies are doing. They seeded the earth with jellyfish because the earth is mostly water and just happen to be some dumb monkeys on the land. And the dumb monkeys kill the ocean. I know it's kind of, I laugh at it, but there are some good theories about how life was seeded on earth. And damn it, if the jellyfish are the gods, if the jellyfish are the first aliens that make it here, oh, we in big trouble. Like if the first aliens get here, if they're chickens, oh, we in trouble. They look like they come out, the spaceship come down and they walk out of it and they look like they got chicken heads or something, little gizzards or something. And meanwhile, you got the president and Congress and everybody's eating chicken. Like, oh. All right, I'm not going down that road. I don't want to go down that road. GS said, why vote? You know what? I think GS, they pushed me over to a place where, like I said yesterday, I think that you don't support systems that murder people. That's my position. So if people vote, I would hope that you don't vote for the parties that are making Earth a ghetto, that are destroying the oceans, that's going to call the jellyfish spaghetti gods to kill everybody. That's what I hope. But not voting is a thing. And so I believe that you're not supposed to support systems that murder people, that rape people, that kill people, that do starvation as a project. Like what I was thinking about was torture. You look at these kids that are being tortured in Yemen, because famine, I think famine, starving kids is torture. That's probably the worst form of torture that you can probably come up with, because you die slow and painfully as your body shrivels up. What's the hell wrong with Facebook? You know, they removed a picture of a mall. You can't even see her picture. I think with the New York Times said Facebook took down the picture of a mall because it was child nudity. I get it. I get that they got these policies, but it's important that the world see this. This is why the earth is a ghetto. This is why we can't have nice things. When you have systems that support that brand of evil, you're not going to get me supported. It's just not going to happen. My brother texted me a few minutes ago, because they know me. They know me. It's like, Gerard, who you voting for? Who am I voting for? You know, where's my phone? I'll tell you exactly what I text back. I was trying to be nice. I just said, I threw a scripture back at him. He's a religious cat. I threw a scripture back at him. I said that the people who run the system, this wasn't my exact quote. I said the people that run the system are murdering people in Yemen. And the way my faith works, the way my account is set up, as Kevin Hart said, the way my faith is set up, I can't support killers. I can't sell out. And so I said, I'm not voting. I'm not voting. I'm not sitting on my sofa. It's a protest vote. Lazy vote. It's an actual protest vote, not vote. Because the problem is the system. I'm done hating the players and I'm gonna hate on the game. Been hating the players my whole life and it hasn't worked. Hate the Democrats, hate the Republicans, hate the left, hate the right. Love the Greens more. Love the independent, the Constitution libertarians. But the reality is the problem is the game, not the players. I'm okay with all the players. I'm okay with the Democrats and Republicans, not now because they're murderous bastards. I'm okay with the Greens and everybody else when they're not killing people. But we have a systemic problem. If you have a system that allows you, that somehow allows the players to murder happily, we can't keep that. That's gotta go. So no, it's the system. You know, I'm not anti anything, any of the players. The players are just, they do what the system allows. And if the system allows for the things that it does, it allows for the funnel of weapons to warlords to rape entire towns of women. That's not a system that can get my support. So anyway, he's a spiritual dude. What I said, he's a Christian. I told him, I gave him a scripture. That's why you gotta know your Bible. Know how to speak. You know, you got Muslims around, gotta know your Quran a little bit. Because there's a lot of them out there faking. There's a lot of them out there faking. There's a lot of Zionists pretending to be Jews and they're not. And the Jews are protesting against them. A lot of Westboro Baptist churches pretending to be Christian and conservatives that not. They don't even read their Bible. It's a whole lot of terrorists, a lot of ISIL and ISISs that actually worship the CIA and set up by the CIA, actually out there pretending to be Muslims and they're not. By the way, y'all know the Statue of Liberty is a Muslim woman, right? Just want to put that out there. Just gonna leave it right there, y'all, because I know y'all hate Muslims. You love freedom and democracy. I just want to let you know, your Statue of Liberty is a Muslim woman. Just to let you know that. So I hit him with a scripture. I said, as for me and mine, we will serve the house of the Lord. I know a lot of my friends are atheists. They don't believe in God. It's okay. I'm not worried about that. I'm not convinced I know what God is, and I'm not going to on you. That's for me. All beliefs are personal and to you. All sciences and pseudosciences are personal and to you. If we could somehow make governments personal and to you, we could take out this trifecta of mass destruction. So anyway, what do we got here? CNN, the Senate Republicans fight to keep control of the House, to fight to win control. Jeremina, you know what? I always enjoy watching the fascists fight the fascism. It's always funny to me. I watch we got to get the Republicans out. We got to get the Democrats out. And nothing changes. Let me say this. There is absolutely, positively no difference, no significant difference from a human life respecting, rape, warlord, funneling, war, genocide, famine perspective. The Democrats and the Republicans are exactly the same. There is nothing they disagree about that's important in Earth Ghetto right now. The real problems we got around the world, it does not matter who's in office because they all are the same murdery bastards. They do the same thing. So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who's in office, but they like to put that on there, right? Yeah, the horse race. They like that horse race. Because they can put Republican in the title and Democrat in the title, it triggers people's identity. If they can put white and black in the title, if they can put Christian and Muslim, if they can do anything to trigger somebody's bigotry, then they know they can get them to read the paper. And that's, it's bad, it sounds bad, but that's why we can't have nice things. Because everybody's got their bigotry hats on and everybody jumps in and they join a side. I'm not talking about you if that's you. I'm not talking about you because I used to do the same thing. I was born a bigot. Like I said, I fell right into everything. Fell right in. Bought it, hook, line, and sinker. Then I grew up. And I started paying attention. I really started thinking about, man, this doesn't go well. This doesn't go well. When alien rocks speed up, when alien rocks speed up when they get to our galaxy, and the aliens, oh, damn it, what they doing on Earth? Oh, they got Republicans and they got Democrats. Oh, Lord, they're voting again. They didn't, Brazil, the colony of the United States, they're killing everybody. Because, you know, Brazil is a colony of the United States, a fascist one, by the way. And by the way, they're passing a law now where it says police can murder people. It's legal. It's their right. It's freedom. And I think, what did he say? He said the king of Brazil, the U.S., the United States king of Brazil. What did he say? He said the dictator. He said, what did he say? He said, you're not a police if you don't kill. Fascism. And while we have Poles with our fascists fighting the other fascists for more fascism, that's how fascist governments end. They will end in the police murdering you. That's just how it goes. That's why Lavoy Finicom got it. And that's why these poor kids in the barrios and ghettos and trailer parks get it all the time. That's the end of fascism. That's how it ends up. But we want to keep this going. So the aliens just speed right the hell up. Get out the solar system. There's no intelligent life in this solar system. Meanwhile, they had all kind of healthcare packages and miracle drugs and everything in the asteroid. They had technology and electromagnetic devices and climate change fighting things. But they came by, they found that we're killing all the jellyfish in the ocean, that we're killing all the whales, all the intellectual species, the species that have been here for a billion years almost. And we're murdering all of them. They said, you know what? We need to go ahead and let the next asteroid take them out. The Egyptians always say it's always a flood or asteroid that takes us out. Meanwhile, oh, did y'all hear about the volcano? NASA wants to drill the volcano in Yellowstone, the super volcano. They want to drill it and release pressure. Oh, this ends well. I just started looking at that plan. It's like, yeah, we're going to save the world because we're going to drill a hole in a volcano in Yellowstone. We're going to relieve pressure from the super volcano. I'm just like, can we, hello, now I get it. It's like a pimple. I get it. It's like a pimple, right? They want to take a little, anytime I get a big pimple, when I squeeze it, the thing pops. But every now and then, you know, ever take like a needle and you want to put it in, just kind of just tap it in a little bit and let a little pressure out so it doesn't pop. That's what they want to do. I'm just like, can we have a conversation about this first? Like, this is the problem I have with secrecy in government. This is my biggest problem. They shouldn't be doing this damn stuff. Now, mind you, they might save the entire Earth by releasing pressure from the supervolcano. But isn't that an Earth level conversation? I mean, I don't know. Why should 8 scientists at NASA think it's a good, okay, let's say 800. I give them 800. NASA got 800 scientists. But the supervolcano will like block out light for the entire planet and kill billions of people if them tampering with it blows. Like, I kind of think that maybe we need to get 8,000 or 8 million scientists to work with NASA before they start tampering with this stuff. There should be no secrets. No secrets. There is no, somebody tell me, what is a logical reason for any governments to have any secret in a time where a handful of people can play with technology and oops, make a mistake and kill everybody? You know, because that husband, see, NASA got a scientist, an abusive husband who bans hate speech in his house, doesn't let his wife talk about the devastation and destruction his bastard, this bastard created for her. And he bans hate speech. She gets upset, so she finally goes and meets Tyrone. She's cheating on whatever. He's a NASA scientist. He finds out because he put a little spy machine on his laptop, on her laptop, realized he's cheating. Now he's got to go work on the super volcano project, and he's pissed off. Yeah, I kind of don't want, I kind of don't want him playing with that level of technology. I kind of want 8 million scientists from Russia and China and India and France and the UK and everybody get together with European Space Agency and say, hey, NASA, let's slow down this. Say, hang on. I know you think that America is yours, and I know you think that the borders makes it yours because the colonizers said so, but it's not really yours. If you blow up that supervolcano, you're gonna murder all of us. So let's think about this a little bit, you know. But we play with these massive, massive technologies. Earth-ending technologies. What do they call them? ELEs, Earth-level event-making technologies. Because the dumb monkeys are still fighting each other over their birth and their bigotry. Speaking of borders, sending more troops to the U.S. border. Outside of that, I know, don't give me that mad at me Trump face, voter. Don't give me that face. All right, so first of all presidents send troops to the borders. They've always done it. All of them dumb as a bag of bricks. I'm sorry, they are. Have y'all ever seen the border? Y'all remember geography? When you sleep in geography, okay? There really is no U.S. border. Literally, it's a country. It's like a whole big line. It's literally, how many 2,000 miles? How long is the U.S. border? You could send every soldier in the United States down there right now. And they're not going to protect the border. You can't create a fence, a rock, a wall, or anything big enough to keep people out. It's a damn country. The border doesn't exist. Okay? It's a whole damn country. You are not going to stop people from coming in from Mexico and Canada. It's just not going to happen. Borders don't exist. And soldiers, you don't have to get like, well, we're sending troops to the border like a border is a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a location. It's a damn line. You're not going to stop people from walking in. All you can do is stop giving them reasons to walk away from where they live. That's all you can do. But you know, it's an election stunt. That's all that's going on. Same thing as in UK and France and Germany and all over Europe. Same thing. These are just their election things. That's all they are. That's why, how's voting going? Y'all watching the polls? Who winning? Who winning? Is it Redskins or Cowboys? Who winning? It's just a jersey. People put on these jerseys. Doesn't matter one bit of difference. All right, let me see. Yeah, they still use the flunky phrases, the bipartisan phrases. Yeah, Carrie, they do, because it triggers people. They use the talking points. Meanwhile, they always do the same thing. Death and destruction been happening since the beginning of time. You not voting will not stop that. But head in the sand probably feels better for the ego. It does, Shiva. I'll be honest with you. It does. It does feel better. Not for the ego, though. And like I said, I'm not trying to convince anybody to vote or not vote. All I can do is process in my head what makes the most sense. What makes the most sense is this system is evil at its core, right? This system is just inherently evil, and nobody knows why. All the players are murdering children, all of them. So I don't think for me it's an ego thing. For me, I can't sleep at night knowing that I'm supporting a system that doesn't have checks and balances that allows the people in control to murder who are innocent. I got a problem with that. That's not the way my ego is set up. It's the way my empathy is set up. But like I said, I'm not trying to push you in a direction. I'm not trying to push you in a direction of voting or not voting. I am not one to tell you I got it figured out. I don't got it figured out. It's just if we're playing Monopoly, and if we keep playing by the rules and nothing has changed, and I've been playing by the rules my whole life, been voting my whole life, and nothing has changed, nothing significant has changed, I need to try something different. That's it. Like I keep rolling the dice. Voting to me is like rolling the dice. The only thing I ask people to do is if you're going to vote, please vote for a player that's not affiliated with a party that's doing things, social ills that we should have evolved out of 1,000 years ago. That's all I'm saying. I'm asking. I ask. I don't tell nobody what to do. I ask. So I'm not for or against voting. For me, I process it. I look at what the most intelligent people I know had to say on it. I looked at Yemen. I looked at I can't see where it makes any difference who's in office. I think the only thing that makes any difference is neighbors starting to give a damn about neighbors again, about Earth, people on Earth starting to see each other as human beings again. Because until at the core level, the family level, the human level, we have a respect for human life, it doesn't matter who sits in any of those chairs. Only thing that's going to get deployed is evil. So I'm not saying don't go to the polls, girl. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I like to sleep at night. I like to sleep at night. The only thing that's going to let me sleep at night is when the asteroid slows down and stops, says, hey, how y'all doing? Y'all evolved. You're not voting for murdery systems. You're not playing the games anymore. And so I just don't want to roll the dice. I don't want to give my support unless I know I'm doing the right thing. And I'm not convinced voting is doing the right thing anymore. All parties belong to the ruling class. It's their party after all. Rebecca, and that's how I think the world works. The earth goes around. The earth goes around. I'm just going to read comments. There's some things in the news, but I'm just going to read some comments. I want y'all to drive the discussion. Like I was trying to tell a person the other day, I don't come on here to tell you anything. What the hell do I know? I'm not here to tell you anything. I'm here to have a discussion. That's it. So half the time I'll go through something, I'll start in a place, and it'll just get changed into something else. That's how we learn. Facebook is so worried about nudity, aren't they? Right, exactly. Thank you, Tiago. Thank you. Logic. Then when logic slips in, I see naked all day long, Tiago. All day long, I get these naked people sending me friend requests. They're not really people. They're just AI and robots and stuff. Got all kind of big bazoomas and everything hanging out. All kind of crazy pornography and stuff. And now Facebook cares about a naked, starved child under the age of 7 who is so starved to death by France, Germany, the United States, and Saudi Arabia. Excuse me if I missed anybody. United Arab Emirates. That you can't even tell she's a woman. You can't even tell the gender of them all. You couldn't tell. You couldn't. I mean, it was hard. You look at her face and she is a pretty girl. She was a pretty little 7-year-old girl. Pretty little girl. You could tell that by looking at her face only. But Facebook doesn't give no damn about none of that. And it's not a Facebook thing. That's why I hate to blame, because I don't blame Facebook. It's us. Always comes back on, we keep voting for this system that's censoring us and killing us and censoring and killing other people. We hold it up. And I think Facebook should go back to being Facebook. Let it be a MySpace. Let it control its content, not NATO. I supported a candidate that I can't even vote for. That was my vote. There was no one in my date or district. Well, you know what, Michelle, and I kind of came to that analysis. I looked locally at what I could do if I could do any good. I didn't see where I could do any good. And if anything, I probably would have went in and wrote in Bart Simpson again. I did that before. I'm not going to do that because that's still rolling the dice, right? I might be covering up the dice, but I'm still rolling them. I'm still doing what they told me. You know what, Misha, I was thinking about? What helped push me over the fence is all these damn ads. Like, I'm always looking at what do they want me to do? What did the deciders decide for me to do that they want me to do? The deciders that are torturing people in Yemen. And all I see all day long, bipartisan, both parties, the system, vote, 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 vote. Every time I click on something, vote, 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 vote. And I'm sitting here and I'm a little slow on the giddy up, Michelle. Sometimes I'm from Maryland, a little slow on the giddy up. So I was like, what do they want me to do that I shouldn't do? Vote, 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 vote. Every time I click on something, vote, 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 vote. Every time I watch a video before it starts, vote, 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 vote. Republican, Republican, Democrat, Democrat, Democrat. And eventually it sunk in. The system wants me to vote. They're literally programming people to go vote. So obviously, if my enemy wants me to vote, if a system that needs to go away wants me to vote, I'm gonna do the exact opposite. That's my position. Torture, killing, war, all part of the elite's plan has been going on for thousands of years. Yes, it has, Mary, and it's time that we stop it. I think the big difference, because sometimes people will say things and they'll say, well, you're not gonna stop killing, you're not gonna stop war, you're not. To me, I think it's a defeatist attitude. The big difference right now is the robots. The big difference is the automation economy. The big difference is the one thing that the parties used to always fight over is who's going to pay for it. One would say, we want to help people, and they're lying. And the other said, we don't want to help people, you help yourself. We need to compete. And they're lying too. And the reality is, there were never robots to do the work. And the way I kind of look at it right now is the robots are sitting up and they're looking at us. And they're like, all right, what y'all want us to do? We can do anything you want. We can build a whole new world for you. We can grow your food. We can build your houses. We can make cars for you. We can deflect asteroids. We can clean up the ocean. As a kid, 17-year-old made a device, a plan for a device to clean up the plastic in the ocean. We can do all of these things. We can monitor wildlife populations. We can help them out. We can do all of these things, but it's up to you. The robots don't care. It's like, it's up to you. We can do all these positive things, or we can take your jobs and we can murder you more efficiently. Sign the robots. Love the robots. They don't care. They got a job to do. They're either going to do it for big corporations that run all the political parties and the leaders, or they're going to do it because people start giving a damn about their neighbors more. They're going to do it because people in America start caring about Yemen. They're going to do it because people in Russia stop fighting with people in Crimea. They're going to do it because people in the UK stop keeping colonies in Africa. They're going to do it because people actually finally say, you know what? We've all been played against each other. And I'm not going for it anymore. I'm going to stop selling out people around the world. I'm going to drop my birth bigotry. I'm going to stop rolling the dice. And we are now going to use automation and robots to help people. We're going to use that device that makes water in the desert so people who were unfortunately born in the desert can drink water and don't die. That's our choice. That's on us. And so you could have got me at the polls if one of your politicians said anything that was even close to that. Anything close to, somebody tell me, somebody who's like lining up to vote, you're in the poll right now. If you're in line right now, turn the volume up. I want everybody to hear me. And you go ahead and share it out. I want somebody to tell me which politician said anything close to that. Which politician is saying anything even somewhat in the zone of we're moving into a new world paradigm where the automation and the robot economy will do most of the labor. Which one is doing anything about that? And you might get my vote. But I don't see any of them talking about it. I see them talking about today and yesterday. Nobody's talking about tomorrow because bad things are planned for us tomorrow. Bad things are just going to let bad things happen to us. And I think that we co-opt our world. I think we take it all back. And we use robots to save lives. Instead of using robots to murder people more efficiently in Gaza, we use those drones to take cardiac assistant devices to people having heart attacks. We use Fitbits to determine when somebody has a heart attack. No, I don't have mine on. I don't wear that damn thing. That's a surveillance device. But the people who wear them, you start having a heart attack. I want the drone to take off of the helicopter, off of the hospital, and fly immediately to the restaurant where you eating all that damn steak and ice cream, clogging up your arteries, giving you a stroke, and land right there. So people can run outside, grab the devices, and it has a camera, and it gets there within a minute, and you're already talking to a doctor who's saying, do this, pump that, do this, or a robot gets out of the drone and starts saving your life. As opposed to targeting and killing people more efficiently, saving life more efficiently. Thank you for sharing, bro. Thank you for sharing, Pat. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. We're just doing a little Q&A today. We'll do some question and answer, that's all. Divide and conquer. Yes, T.I., they divide and conquer us. They divide and conquer the entire earth, and that's why the earth is a ghetto and rocks don't stop. Because not even some damn rock, assume it's not a spaceship. What if it's just a rock? Not even rocks want to stop here. They didn't want to land here. Asteroids like, nah, we used to crash into y'all millions of years ago all the damn time. Y'all know, y'all crazy. Y'all, we don't want to even go there. They just keep flying by. Somebody said 5G is coming. Yes, 5G is coming and we can't stop it. I can't see who said it because that's way down in the chats. I'm kind of high up. 5G is coming. We can't stop it because neighbors don't give a damn about neighbors. This is why we have to start caring more about each other. Yes, Mary, it's all theatrics. That's why I don't pay any damn attention to it. That's why I laugh a lot, because people still believe this crazy stuff. Good rising, fellow slaves. Good rising, Helen. We are slaves, and I'm glad you say that. We are. Let's stop pretending. But let's not have slave minds. We can be physical slaves, but we can have minds of captives. We know that we're enslaved, and that will lead you perhaps to not vote for the system or not vote for a party that's already been murdering people. Not many people watch Today Must Be Voting. No, Mary, they don't. Well, you know, people get sensitive around this time, Mary. You know how that goes. Like, you watch your post, like, man, that's crazy. There's a lot of people like my post. A lot of people share my post. What the hell's going on? You know what's happening, Mary? I can see it behind the scenes because I watch their posts. They push back to their party. They're getting a little emotional. All these little trigger words, the left and the right, and healthcare, and gun rights, and, you know, balls, and all this silly stuff to get people tribal. They're getting tribal again. They don't want to say it, but they got it in them. It's people watching right now, Mary. They're tribal. And they're triggered. You know, and they want to make sure that their party wins. And so that's what happens, you know, but don't worry. Like I tell the world, just bear with America. Oh yeah, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock EST. Y'all only got to deal with the 14 more hours. 14 more hours and you'll have your standard ignorant Americans back. Just give them 14 more hours. Then you'll have them back. Then they'll funnel back. We'll go back to who we used to be. But election time, they get a little extra silly. Starting to look for a caravan from Brazil any minute now, right, Don? And that, see, Don, you read them books, man. That's why you don't fit that, Don. You might be an alien. You read books. You know, the caravan. The caravan. It's a thing. It's going to become a thing because people are paying attention. You know what I appreciate, Don? I appreciate people are actually starting to see it now. I was watching Jesse Ventura this morning on RT. He was actually talking about the fact that these caravans are coming from the countries we destroyed. I saw someone yesterday was talking about that. Cynthia McKinney said something about that. So I'm like watching everybody. Everybody's explaining now to everybody else that the CIA is why people don't get to live in their own countries, why they can't self-determine, which is an awesome thing. That's where my hope comes from. My hope doesn't come from the damn polls, Brother Don. My hope comes from the fact that when you see the mainstream media and people actually starting to talk about the real things, the real root cause problems, and not talking about the minutia, good things can happen. Crazy as you can handle volcano. Uh-oh, I missed it. I'm sorry. Can I go back? I can't go back. I'm sorry. I missed somebody's thing. All right, let me go down in the comments. I'm way up. Brenda's in traffic. It's because everybody's out there voting, Brenda. That's why the fascists out there fighting fascism. Like spraying toxic chemicals to reflect the sun's rays. Exactly, Linda. And that they've been doing that geoengineering crap for a long time. And I think now we're just finding out They got the university studies and they got the plans and the projects, and you can see them. Outside of that, you got the CIA whistleblower who actually said it, you know, but people still deny it. Why? Because Fox News doesn't say it, and ABC and CBS and CNN doesn't say it. Their leaders don't say it, who work for the corporations who are doing the spraying. They get money from them. So it must not be happening. That's just our imagination. Crops are dying everywhere. It's just our imagination. They're finding, what is it, coal ash and aluminum everywhere and amounts that aren't supposed to be, but that's all imagination. No one has the right to decide over that. You know what, Tiago, we're still on the volcanoes. I got to go down. I know y'all way down. I'm way up in comments. Nobody has the right to decide how Earth dies. I think that's stupid. We need to we have an open source Earth. That's what we need. We need an open source Earth. I'm gonna ask a question. What problem? Does anybody have a problem that open source Earth couldn't solve? An open source Earth where there were no secrets. An open source Earth where the only privacy to be had were private citizens, people, not citizens, human beings. No secrets in government, no secrets in corporation. Everything was wide open to be solved. What problem couldn't be solved? Are there any? It's an important question, because if there are no problems that can't be solved by an open source society, where we all actually work together to fix things, all of our scientists work together, all the religions work together to feed everybody, there are no secrets, there's no quiet alphabet groups dividing us up, keeping us fighting. I can't think of anything we can't solve, from hunger to food, starvation, homeless, the kids running around stabbing each other with knives in the UK, to why kids pick up guns and shoot them, and school mass shootings, rape and war. All of those things are solvable. So why not open source Earth? Why continue it into the ignorance? Who was it? France? Who's running France? That Merkel? What is he talking about? He's talking about Europe needs an army. The hell does Europe need an army for? That's the wrong way. You're going in the wrong direction. We need to go back. We need to go back. Europe needs to get rid of their armies, and every nation needs to get rid of their armies. The United States need to get rid of their military. Why? Because when they have it, they will use it. That's the bottom line. When a poor kid has a gun, he's gonna shoot. You can take all the guns. If he gets a knife, he's gonna stab. If you can take all the knives and the guns, he's gonna go online and find a wave energy weapon like they were using in, where was it, the Columbia embassy, to mess with you. And he can't do that. He's gonna make a pipe bomb at Home Depot. Fix people. Fix people. People are the problem. The environments that make violent people are the problem. We can fix everything, but you can't have tools of militaries around. When you have a military, of course, the solution is going to look like war. That's just what happens when you have when the only tool you have is a hammer. Every problem has to look like a nail, even though it's a damn screw. And you get these dumb governments nailing screws, and that's what they're doing. And that's why none of this goes well for the people who live there or the people at home. Freaking UK. What was the testimony I was watching this morning? The UK, they used a UK bomb to destroy a convoy that had UK aid in Yemen. Process this. UK bomb destroyed a UK aid convoy. How does that make any damn sense? How does it? And then you still got homeless people being found in tents in London decaying. This is human activity, y'all. This is why rocks don't slow down. This is why a Momoa sped up. They went around the earth, got a closer picture of what y'all doing. Like, what the hell? They're using their own bombs to bomb their own goods going in to help people that are being starved by them? This is the wrong planet, y'all. We're gonna turn this bus around. You know, the bus driver used to say, we're gonna turn this bus around. We're taking y'all back to school, you raggedy bastards. And the asteroid flies away. Macron, that's what it is. Thank you, Brother Jonathan. Macron, not Merkel. Merkel's Germany. Macron. Thank you for correcting me. I'm not a political person. I appreciate y'all keeping me. That's why I can't tell anybody anything. It's not my place. I just want to have a discussion. I don't follow politics. I observe. Politickers. There's a difference. I observe the ticks. I have no interest in the poly. I have no interest in the poly. Folly is why we're here. It can divide you up into multiple groups and get you to fight over things that they have no intention of changing because they get paid by the same people who make those problems. So voting to me is an emotional thing. That's all I see. Right now, I see drama votes. I don't see anybody voting for anything. I see people going to the polls because they're emotional. And I'm okay with it. I'm not going to say that you're doing a bad thing. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you're emotional. You hate Trump. Or you love Trump, or you hate the Republicans. You love the Republicans. You hate the Democrats. It's just emotions. Let's just be honest with it. It's just emotions, and they have a different colored jersey on, so you want to beat them out because you still believe in the monopoly system. I don't believe in the monopoly system. I don't believe it anymore. I think it's evil, and it needs to go away. It's like the whole impeachment thing I was thinking about this morning. Like, if you build a system that needs impeachment, you're already admitting your system you don't think is actually going to work. You've already shown your lack of confidence that this is a good thing. Say, oh, well, it's checks and balances. Yeah, it's checks and balances. Back before we had an entire earth and an internet where we could look at all different forms of government and gauge gross domestic happiness. And now we know we can build governments that work. If you build a government where you got to have the ability to back out somebody that's got too much power, one, it means you gave them too much damn power. And two, it means that you actually don't believe in your system. Those are systems that gotta go. Those are systems that have to change. People live on this earth. Children live on this earth. We don't have space for any band-aid needing models. We can model something that works, and people model the stuff all the time. In the Zeitgeist movement, Venus Project, Ubuntu communities, they got all that figured out. Besides, the indigenous communities got a lot of that figured out. How to live together and get along with your neighbors and look out for each other. I've been in and out 4 times already. All I get is buffering. I can't get the live feed, but I see the comments. Yeah, John, it's because you're out there saying a lot of truth. When you say truthful things, they don't like that. They don't like a lot of truthful things. And then that's just, we vote for it. We vote for censorship, so we got it. Forward traffic and yes, waving signs on corners. They're waving signs, Brenda. Stop it, stop it. Brenda, take pictures. You take some pictures. I just want to see, I see, you know, and I'm not laughing at you. Damn it, I used to wave signs on the corner. I used to wait. Do they got costumes? Are they doing? They got the wolf costume on, like the Liberty Mutual, and they got costumes. I don't know. I used to be on the corner with signs too, before I really figured out how all of this worked. You know, the Rothschilds and banks and the Federal Reserve that actually print money that buy entire governments and parties and continents. They don't give a 2 dams about your sign. You can put every sign you want. It could be crafty and creative. Make it funny because we kind of want to laugh a little bit. They don't care about your signs. They could care less. Money makes the earth go round, and we got to stop pretending it's not what happens. We need to be adults about it. We got to adult, like Sister Rebecca said. We got to get back to that adulting thing and say, I know it's ugly. We don't want to look at it. We don't want to say it, but the reality is political parties don't make the earth go round. They don't change a damn thing. Money changes everything. So if you got a politician that's got $100 billion in his pocket, he might actually be able to change one thing. But it better be a damn thing the Federal Reserve is okay with, because the Federal Reserve is not okay with his changes. He can take that $100 billion. You know what they'll do? They'll print $100 billion and one. They'll print $100 billion and one. Everybody only do that. They'll print $100 billion and 1 cent, and they'll buy them out. That's just how it works. That's how the world works. It's ugly. It's like in Bulgaria, they found them. They found somebody printing a US dollar, a crime cartel printing US dollars, fake US dollars. Meanwhile, every US dollar is fake. Every last one of them. None of them are real money. It's all monopoly money. If you look at it, it'll say currency note on it. It's not real money. It has no value. All the value's been sucked out by the Federal Reserve and international banking cartels, which is why the US dollar dropped 98% of its value. And nobody can find those fake money printers. I know where they are. Hello? Nobody listen. Any politicians saying that? And you know, if they print money in DC, you can drive past. I think it's in DC. It's still in DC. You can drive past it right there. You don't, yeah, you know what? I got the GPS device. You don't need surveillance. You don't need investigations. You don't need, I got the address. They got an address. They're down there printing fake money. So they grabbed a group in Bulgaria. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, we are so lost. Caravan is a false flag. I think everything's a false flag, Alan. Even the things that are real are used for false flaggery. That's what I want to say. Not that things aren't happening and bad things aren't happening. They take everything and they use it to get people emotional so they can get them at the polls emotionally. So they can control them, right? Like I talked about yesterday, somebody controls your emotion, they control you. They can make you do anything. You can have all the PhDs in the world. You're still going to go along with that emotion that they trigger in your bigotry. So I think everything's a false flag. Everything's a false flag because we don't know what's true. As long as governments have secrets and they keep things quiet, it's just disaster capitalism. Bad things happen. They either lie about bad things happening, or when bad things happen, they don't tell you the full truth, Honduras, or they give you they raise the casualty amounts, and or the whole thing was real, but the media sways it in a false flaggery way to get you to do what you want to do. Everything is control, and they're just controlling us. And they do a great job at it. As adults, we got to be less emotional. Argentina is so overworked in glyphosate and GMO soy right now. I saw it raining. Oh, right. Yeah, Jeannie. Yes. Did y'all know that? I didn't even know that. I think, did you post it? I don't know who posted. Somebody posted it. They said it was raining glyphosate somewhere. And so now we know this is a carcinogen. We know that it is a carcinogen. One of those countries, they use so much of it, it rains. I saw it, Jeannie. I was like, that's fake news. I know fake news. There ain't no rain in no damn carcinogen, because I went in physics class and the water and it evaporates. It's just the gas goes up, makes the clouds, comes back down. They got glyphosate. It's true. Was it the USGS or whoever it was? They did the studies. It rains. Pesticide. It rains. This is the benefits of government. This is the benefits of getting people emotionally to vote. For leaders who all work for the corporations, who all work together, because it can rain. They're making it rain. They're making it rain cancer. It is literally raining cancer in South America. You can't tell me it's not raining cancer in America too. Yeah, I think Europe, they stopped most of that nonsense. I think they started kicking Monsanto out. But it's raining glyphosate. It's raining cancer. And we're saying like, we need healthcare. And I'm just like, but you're not paying attention. If the people you're voting for are taking money from the corporations that are raining cancer into your eyes, your lungs, your ears, your nose, and your booty hole, you're not going to make it. You don't get, that's like using UK bombs to bomb UK aid in the UK war in Yemen that UK's funding. It doesn't. So you see why I don't talk about healthcare? That's why I don't talk about political things. It's politics. They have all the strings, and they're just making everybody dance. Vote or don't vote, your choice. Exactly, Jonathan. That's my position. I'm not angry about nothing, not trying to force anybody anyway. The way my soul is set up, I'm not allowed to vote for a system that's doing what it's doing. That's it. We had in month no rain in Belgium. We see those damn chemtrails all the time. And that's a scary thing, Christine, because that means that the rain's not washing it away. Yeah, and in fact, I got a couple friends in Europe. They post the chemtrail pictures all the time. I don't know the difference between the chemtrail and contrail, but I know the difference between used to be there, not there. Used to be there, and this ain't supposed to be there. Growing up as a kid, we never saw anything that looked like that. So whatever is coming out of them damn airplanes ain't supposed to be coming out of damn airplanes. JP4 is still JP4. They have not changed it. The atmosphere up there is still the same atmosphere it used to be. As kids, we never saw that. Never saw those trails. You'd always see a little bit and it went away. But a trail that sits there for 3-4 hours and starts to dissipate and get wider, that don't look right. This is why I'm saying no secrets. No secrets. We need the world scientists to all get together and tell us what the hell that is. And if there's a corporation putting crap in there with a government, then we need to delete that. That's my stance. Would love the age of transparency. Yes, Brother Jonathan, it will solve our problems. We open source the earth, everything gets solved. No more secrets. No more secrets. How about this? No more secrets by any government that's killed people in another country or its country, which is every government. No more secrets, except for that little country south of China that does the, no, they killed some of their people. Yeah, he killed some of his people too. But they had a gross domestic happiness, and that still was a good thing. I got feedback on that. Did y'all see that? We were talking about the, they were talking about how, what was it called? Bhutan? What's the name of that country? And I saw they did a follow-up. They said, yeah, but they're not that happy. They're not that happy because the kids can't get jobs now. So their gross domestic happiness is fake news because it didn't really work. But you go back and you look at the studies, and the studies show, the poll shows that 90% of the people in Bhutan are still happy. How many people in your country are happy? In your country that measures gross domestic product, gross domestic greed. In your country that measures the productivity, the benefit of your country, how it's doing well is not gauged on how many of its citizens it starves or its troops it sends to fight for oil companies, but it gauges on how much money the oil companies make. 90% of the people in that country say they're happy. You polled America, oh my Lord. you might, I trust me, I talk to the Americans all day long. You might get 3%. 3% happy. The rest of them disgruntled, mad as hell. Now, mind you, a lot of them, it's emotional. It's the mainstream media that's making them that way. But I think that's a good thing. Look at another model. And that's what open source can do. It allows you to look at all the different models of all the different things going. Say, you know what? They do that better. Let's do what they do. And someone else, I believe in Republic Earth. I think that everybody should self-determine and make their own governments. So you don't need America destroying your government, or UK, France, Britain, or anybody like that, or your neighbors. You make your own form of government, and what you do is better than what we do, then we'll adopt that. That's like building a planet that's sensitive to human life and ecosystems. That actually might be a planet that might actually make it more than 100 more years. To defend against the United States of America, because if you don't have one of you don't have nukes, we are coming to destroy you and take. Oh, okay, yeah, brother John, absolutely. That's why I'm pro nuke. I'm pro nuke. I'm pro nuke. Pro nuke. Pro nuke. Pro nuke. Everybody get some nukes. Everybody get some nukes. Why? Because America got them. France got them. Israel got them. China got them. Russia got them. And then when America falls, what Brother John said is true. If you don't have nukes, if it's not right now, if you don't have nukes, you are prone to American invasion. And once America collapses, because the dollar's being collapsed, because we're being looted by the Democrats and the Republican fascists that everybody's out there voting for right now, when we collapse and we go into darkness and poverty, China will step up. Russia will step up, and they got nukes. If you don't have nukes, you will be invaded by them. It's just how it works. It has nothing to do with America. It has nothing to do with them. It has to do with control and power. Whoever has the control and power, when everybody's equal, good things happen. When some are more equal, bad things happen. It's how the world works. Ugly, but true. And we in America fail to get our government to get rid of nukes. They upgrade them every administration. Every administration, we're gonna proliferate. And they make more of them. High technology too. And that's like in the public domain. That's not outside of what they're lying about. You know they're lying, they lie, because that's all they do is lie. They made tons of nukes. And they probably had the new technologies far beyond nukes. Nukes' lives don't probably even matter. We are the problem and the solution at the same time. Yes, we are, Tiago. We're the problem and the solution at the same time. And we got to stop trying to solve problems in other people's mirror. Other people can't solve your problems. You're an adult. You solve your own problems. When we get back to that kind of world, when we stop pointing the finger and we stop trying to blame everybody else, then we got a solution. Then we can kind of get somewhere. Then, Tiago, we might have some nice things. We might be able to get some nice things. We need to stop the labels and separation. Yes, Helen, and if we can move on to a better world. Your ability to focus and communicate these ideas is amazing. Nobel Peace Prize to you. No, thank you, Pat. I don't want that. You got to kill people to get the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't want to kill nobody. That's against my #1 rule. I don't kill people, and I don't vote and cheer and back and clap for people who kill people. That's my rule. And the Nobel Peace Prize about murdering people. Did they take Obama's back yet? They didn't take him back. And Trump, he's going to get his. I'm telling you, he's going to get his. Just how it works. That office is about murder. Yep, wrong planet, Kimberly. I wish they'd take their violence to another planet. I'm with you. False flag everywhere, everyone, all the time. Yep, voting is fear. Yes, Tiago, absolutely it is. They refuse to let us have one plant that heals us of most ills. Yep, Linda, because healing isn't what they want. When people are healed and healthy, they're strong and they don't need a system. When they're weak and they're scared and they can't grow medicine, then they'll go along with everything that government tells them to. So that's what that's all about. We know that, and I think, what was the Linda I saw the other day? I think I posted, they banned some new vitamin C treatment or something. It came out on Natural News. Why in the hell would they ban something that's healing people? Same reason they ban stuff that heals people all the time. A lot of money to be made. And you're still voting for them. So of course, they're gonna keep doing it. Hashtag water is life. Yes, water is life. Water is absolutely life. And that's why they're poisoning your water. That's why they're putting fluoride and chlorine, and that new report came about the fluorosis and what it's actually doing in our bodies, even at minute levels that they put in the water. That's why they're poisoning the water. They're putting oil in it, and fracking, chemicals being released in it. They're killing everybody. Weak people need big government. That's what it comes down to. Weak people need big government. And no, that does not make me a libertarian. It makes me a common damn sensian. It does not make me a Republican to say big government's bad. It's a common damn sensian historian. If anything, historian more than anything else. You look back, what did the big kings and the big lords actually do? Big king, big lord, big military, big police state kill you. That's history. That's just history. That's what happens when you have a big monolithic government over top of you. It murders you. That's being a historian. I believe in your background, Zen music. Yeah, you gotta have Zen music, Jonathan. I think if you can't get excited. I think, how do you get people to care more about their neighbors? You gotta get people to calm down. Not be so excited. Try to get them to laugh a little bit. See a little more calm. Like people, they get upset sometimes when they watch this and they're just like, it's a dark message. It's like, no, it's not a dark message. It just means that you're actually waking up the fact that only you had light. The earth has always been dark. The earth has always been a ghetto murdering people. It's just now you're actually starting to see what's true, and people don't like it. That's why they don't like to watch stuff like this. They don't like to hang around people like you because you say truthful things. They don't like that. They want to put their blinders on and go back because that's safe. It's safe to put those blinders on. It hurts when you actually wake up and you realize that you've been supporting political parties that have been murdering children happily. It hurts. It doesn't feel good. But adults do things that are right. They don't do things because they feel good. That's what children do. Adults look at things like Rebecca was saying, adulting, and say, you know what? I'm a change. I don't like that. I'm a change. I'm not going to support that anymore because that is ugly. So the earth has been dark a long time. It's just you were lost in the light. That's welcome to the real world. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the jungle. That's it. Welcome. All right, let's get down. Does the earth go round? Jonathan, I don't know. That's a little deep question. I don't know if that's a flat earther type thing. Does the earth go round? I think the earth spins around, yeah. And it probably goes round on money and greed, but it doesn't have to. The earth eventually can go around on robots. It can go around on automation. It can go around on love of thy neighbor. It can go around on all the positive things. But right now it goes around on death, destruction, and money. I think that's a bad idea. It could go around on love if we wanted it to. And then the asteroid would stop. And then a mole would not speed up, but it might slow down. Yet we are lost. It's sad. It really is when people fight each other. It is, Kimberly. That's why I got no fights for nobody. I always have no fights for nobody. Don't fight poor people. Fight the people who are causing the problems. Don't fight poor people. Other countries, don't fight them. They didn't do this to you. Your leaders did it to you, and their leaders did it to you. And all their leaders are always in league. And they all agree on one thing. You stay where you are, and they stay where they are. Always fight the people that took something. Don't fight the people that have things taken from them. I don't care if they're white nationalists or black nationalists or yellow nationalists, purple nationalists, left or right, Republican. Don't fight them. Fight the people that's taking the thing. And hopefully down the road, the people who got things taken from them will wake up and realize what you're doing. Love changes everything. Yes, it absolutely does. These voters have been MK Ultra'd. Yeah, Ellen, without going all the way down to MK Ultra route, I'll just say it's just programming. If everywhere you go it's vote, 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 vote. Like if it starts to feel like a Smurf thing, get excited, like we're gonna vote, we're gonna vote, we're gonna save the world, we're gonna save the world, we're gonna vote for some fascists, and and then there's programming. It's not really MK Ultra, it's just programming. They reinforce a message over and over. Trump is evil, 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 Trump is evil. And eventually you're going to believe Trump is evil. Like the studies say, Trump is a god, Trump is a god, Trump is a god, Trump is a god, walks on water, touches him with his garment. And the people will believe it. and they'll fall right in, you know. That's why you got to turn it off. We are being programmed. You got to turn it off. That's why the more I get in, I get like a couple minutes of it and I back out. Because my intellect, like this big brown milk dud thing, I don't want this thing to play with them too long. I'll put it in there for a minute. See what are the monkeys doing? Oh Lord, look at the monkeys doing. This morning they talking about this and that and Trump and that and Merkel and May and craziness and Putin and that. Okay, they hate Russia and this about that China. Okay, I'm done. Cut. Close my eyes, close my ears, and I come talk to y'all, and that's it. I won't look at it no more today, because I don't want to be brainwashed. That's what they do. The voters look like zombies. Well, I agree with that. They're definitely very zombie-ish, but they're still our brothers and our sisters. And our brothers and our sisters, we got to love them. Got to love them. We always got to remember we used to be that way, too. We used to totally be that way. I was gaslit as lit. Oh, I was gaslit. I was gone, glassy-eyed, just like them. Oh, I'm so proud. I got a picture. I hope I deleted that picture. I had an I voted thing. I think I put it on my forehead or something. Like one of my kids put it on my forehead. I was so proud. Gas lit as lit, just gas lit, couldn't stop, you know, so it's okay. It's all about information and exposure, and we'll all be lost in that if we're not exposed to it. And some people get exposed to it sooner than others. Some people are ready for it sooner than others. Janie loved my videos. Thank you, Janie, but they're not my videos. To be honest, they're our videos. They're our. There is no me. There's no Gerard in it. Gerard didn't know a damn thing. Gerard, you go back to my videos, Janie, about, what happened about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? I was like, well, I think I'm a vote. I think I'm a vote. Now I'm like, oh, hell no. Y'all are killers. I ain't voting for y'all system. Your system is a killer, you know? So it's a process. This is just a discussion. This is not my video. This is a community. If it's mine, it's going to be real stupid. Trust me. You know, I only have my experiences and my exposures. Like, you only have yours. But if you can get together 100 people, 200 people, 1,000 people with multiple experiences and exposures, and they're all open to listening to everybody's point of view and perspective, and they don't judge each other because of their skin color or their religion or their country or their political party, and they're willing to talk and have a dialogue, you can make a monster of a powerful community. You can make a monster of discussion and intellectual progression, right? And that's what I want. So it's a us. It's definitely not a me. Let me see, Gerard, you stay talking about political topics. Well, voting's political. I agree with that, Crystal. Nothing else is political. Voting is political. I had to talk about voting because everybody out there voting today. Nothing else is political. Yemen's not political. War is not political. Death is not political. Nothing political about rape. There's nothing political about abuse. There's nothing political about banning hate speech. There's nothing political about censoring. All of these things are help to evolve us. Politics isn't about evolution. Politics is about divide and conquer people. Politics is about choosing a side and fighting for a side. I have no sides to choose. The way my soul is set up, wow, I can dig. Right, exactly. The way y'all remember that? When, who was it? Kevin Hart said that. See, the way my bank account is set up. See, I can't do the gaslit thing anymore. When you start to wake up and you see what's really going on, let me go down. I'm way up in the comments. You start seeing the things like, nah, I can't. The way my empathy is set up, I can't with y'all. The way my love is set up, my brother asked me who am I voting for. I said, well, you know what? The way my faith is set up and the things I believe in, and the way it's set up, that me being a parent and having children and imagining my kids in Yemen or Gaza or Congo or Honduras, the way my humanity is set up, I can't go with you. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, I love the family here too. Who is that? Kimberly. Yes, good people here. Good people. Every now and then we get some fighters though. Every now and then they come in, they don't get the message, and they want to fight. I don't fight. Y'all can fight. Most people here don't fight. I want to know what you got to say, because you teach me. But in terms of fighting, I got no fight for you. I got no debate. Let's get together and fight and debate and gnash teeth. No, because you're stupid and so am I. We live in a world where we're always lied to about everything. Why in the world would I want to take my lies and debate with you over your lies? I just want to know what's true. You only get to know what's true if people like you and they trust you. They know that they're not going to get into some emotional fight with you when they make their points. People say things when they know that you're willing to listen. That's why I listen. I listen to the right, I listen to the left, I listen to the Muslims, I listen to the Christians, I listen to the atheists, I listen to every gender, sexual preference, everything that's out there. You know, I don't pick a side. And that's the only way we evolve and move forward. We gotta listen to everybody. There's 7 billion perspectives on this planet, and each one matters. And if you think one matters any less than anybody else's, then you're a bigot. You need to work on that. We need to bring bigotry to an end. It's 2018. We don't need any more birth bigots. Gerard, scripture teaches we were created in God's image. What about us specifically is godly? I think a lot, Brother Kevin. I think a lot. I think that the default human condition is love. I think when left alone, and most of the neuroscientists and behavioral scientists believe in that, when left alone and humans with like love and family and kickball and food and school lunches and the little milk cup things we used to have made out of paper and the juice jugs if they weren't carcinogens and friends, humans turn out to be amazing things. And that's very godly, I think. Whatever God is, it's a beautiful thing. You can make a beautiful human when beautiful people control the community that the humans are being raised in. You can make a vicious, murderous, psychopathic killer when vicious, murderous, psychopathic killers run the neighborhood and the governments that those humans are raised in. You know, when you don't have any love and empathy to look out for each other, bad things happen. So that's what I think. I see humans in, and you know what? And the thing about that is, if I understand a lot of those studies right, there are a couple psychologists here who can chime in on that. But left to be, most times human beings default out of it. The only time I've heard that human beings don't default out of the psychopathy, craziness, ungodliness, evilness is when it's reinforced, right? When you have to constantly reinforce people to keep them evil. And that's why the headlines are written the way they are. You have to constantly starve people to keep them in survival mode. You got to take their jobs and give them to robots. You got to keep them fighting for something that they can't have. And they'll stay psychopaths. But left alone, unless you have any frontal lobe brain damage, which they say you can't reset from, people bounce back to being in that love, position. So we can fix the planet anytime we want. It's just about finding more love deep down and less hatred for everybody else. That's what people are doing right now in the polls. They're not voting for love. They're voting for hate. I know you may not see it that way. I see why y'all go to polls, and I had very few people who love the Democrats voting Democrat. Very few people loving the Republicans voting Republican. Very few people left, right, whatever in your country. Very few people love those people that are running. Very few people love the parties that are running. They just hate the other ones. When human beings start making decisions with love and not with hate, man, the earth we could build, the asteroids would stop and hang out with us. And the aliens would pop out. They open up, they open right up. Where's my picture at? They open right up, like right here. They open right up and see, oh damn, there's an alien in that rock. That's a ship. They get out, hey y'all, let's have a party. You evolved. You figured out that artificial scarcity makes violence. They open up the asteroid, come out, and I don't know. Who knows what happens next? I used to be the proudest American, then I unplugged. Yeah, Kevin, so did I. But you know what? I'm still proud American. I am still proud American. I'm not proud of my government. When I say America, I say America. And I'm proud of my community that I live in. And I'm proud locally. I'm proud of my planet. And I don't really put any of those before each other. So I'm still proud. I think that, we're all patriots to something, right? Are you a patriot to people you live around? Are you a patriot to philosophy? Are you a patriot to ideology? Are you a patriot to your skin color? Are you a patriot to a political party? I'm a patriot to human life. And any of those groups that take human life, I can't deal with. Gaslit. Oh my goodness. I laugh so much hard. Yeah, we all are. And we have to admit it. We have to admit it. Even those of us who are starting to figure it out, there's so much more to figure out. That's why we got to talk to each other. Today is election day, Gerard. Talk about politics day. Yeah, that's what I had to a little bit. We had to talk about voting a little bit. But I only got, Kimberly, I only got a minute of it. I can't stay on the voting thing. I can't stay on it. I like to talk about things that solve problems. That's what I did for most of my life as a problem analyst, right? Looking at the root cause of a problem and trying to solve it. So politics isn't the problem. And so politics can't actually solve any of the problems because it's not the problem. The problem's money. The problem's power. Like, and that's why the money is there, for the power. Politics has nothing to do with any of that. Politics has all been bought by all of that. So politics can't solve anything because the minute your politics disagrees with the profit, the money shuts it down. You know, we are the gaslit ones we've been waiting for. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the dummies. We are the zombies we've been waiting for. Those zombie voters may realize one day and pass me up real quick. I hope when I require a bit of insight, those used to be zombie voters will give me a hand. Well, you know, Rebecca, maybe, you know, who knows, you know, but like I said, I don't think it's not a position of knowing more than them. It's just that some of us might have figured it out a little sooner. And we want more of them to figure it out faster, right? Parents don't induce adulting as much as having a child does. Parents don't induce adulting as much as having a child. Yeah, having a child grow. Yeah, you know, I say it all the time, Rebecca. My kids raised me more than I raised them. I appreciate that. Little crazy, little. I love them. I'm not gonna say that about them. I love my kids. I love it when people call me names. Yeah, Ellen. Well, you know what? Hate matters. Like I said, hate speech is important. When people call you names, then they're actually really letting out what they really felt deep down inside. That's important. You gotta let the hate speech out. Because that way, then you know what you're dealing with. But when people got these false fronts and fake talking points in marriages and relationships and political parties, then you can't have a real discussion. When the president's lying to you because he just lies really, really well, you can't really have a discussion because the people are lying. You know, I'd rather have someone be raw and honest with me all day long. Come up to me, tell me, I hate you. I hate your color. I hate your eyebrows. I hate your bald head. I hate your truck, and I hate what you think. I'd rather that all day long, because you know what? I can have a real discussion with that brother. I can't have a real discussion with somebody. Oh, hey, oh, your skin is so creamy and dark. I love your skin. Oh, I just think Christianity is just such a nice religion. You guys just have so much love, and the conservatives, you guys just do wonderful things. You know, don't lie to me. Tell me what's true so we can have a real discussion. Because I might have some real ugly I need to deal with. That's why I put my Christians over there. I had to push it. I had to push them over there. I can't stand too close to you. Because when the lightning bolts start to come, I'm going to have to go somewhere. You know, meanwhile, you got people in Mexico right now. Talk about what would Jesus do? He'd give them water and food. He'd take care of them. You know, but you got conservatives yelling and screaming they need a bigger wall. Doing the exact opposite of what Jesus told them to do. So that's how I know. That's what I'm saying. I kind of stand at a distance. If the lightning bolts come, I know who's coming for it first. And I don't need that type of electricity in my life. I don't need that. Electricity ain't good when it comes from God. I don't want to get too deep down the spiritual part. I'm more spiritual than anything anyway. Stay at home, vote. Stay home and don't vote today unless voting for cannabis legalization. You know, that's the only thing I would say is if you had some sort of, what do they call it? you can vote for, it's kind of like direct voting. I have a brother on here. You know what, this afternoon? I think it's this afternoon, yeah. Brother Nick, I think around, what time we going, Brother Nick? See here? I think we're gonna talk about direct democracy later today. I think it's around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. We're gonna talk direct democracy. If you got some sort of direct democracy vote going, that's different. I like the sounds of it. I don't know too much about it. I find out today when we have a discussion about it. My son and I, we were talking about it a little bit. They were talking about it in class. Teacher hated direct democracy, and all the kids hated it too. Gaslit little bastards. They all didn't like it. I kind of like it. Like I don't believe in this horse government model. Like the Electoral College was there because people rode horses, right? They couldn't ride down into town. They couldn't ride down into DC all the damn time. They had fields to grow, things to do. Might have been bad weather. Might be that guy that run around the headless horseman throwing pumpkins at people. That damn thing might have been in the woods. So they came up with the Electoral College because of the horse. You know, why do you need representatives? Let me ask you this question. Why do you need people to represent you? Are you an adult? Can you form your own opinions? Can you make your own decisions? Then explain to me why you need someone else to make your decisions for you. I mean, really think about that. If you really think about it, to me, it's kind of insane. Like, we elect people to make decisions for us. No, I don't want you to elect people to make decisions for you. I think you're an adult. You can make them for yourself. But we have this ancient legacy, horse-driven technology of a voting model, of a governing model. We now have the technology. You don't have to get on a horse and go ride anywhere. You can make your mind up about cannabis. You can make up your mind about healthcare. You can make up your mind about war. You can make up your mind about forced starvation. You can make up your mind if you want your country torturing. You can make up your mind on all of those things. You can make up your own mind about ending the Fed and going back to real money instead of fake monopoly money. You can make up your mind about all those things. They don't want you to. Think about that. Why do you elect people to represent you? You can represent yourself. We have an internet. We have technology. You mean to tell me you can do your banking online? They can't do secure, direct voting on issues? Hell yeah, they can. The problem is you'd be too hard to control if they did. That's why you can't have that. Because then you would make up your own mind and they won't own you. Right? They break down the mob rule. If they broke down mob rule, then it means corporations don't get to determine the future. You could vote immediately for, yes, we now say no robots can be used to kill people. It's illegal. No AIs can be used to murder people. It's illegal. Every robot created has to be made to grow food, build cars and houses until everybody has one. And after that's done, or to help, people aging and seniors, and when all that's done, then maybe you can make a robot that might have, I don't know, a gun for security. I'm against that whole concept. So I wouldn't even say that. But the point is, if you actually can make your own decisions, then the earth goes the way it's supposed to, and love drives it. You still got to have a mass media that goes away. You got to have a mass media that doesn't program people, because then they still get people with the media and how they vote. But I don't believe in identity voting. I don't need anybody to make decisions for me. That's another reason I'm not voting today. It's another reason I'm not voting. I don't need you to represent me. I'm a grown man. I can represent my damn self. I think we need a new model in government. Yes, brother, and I'm gonna let Brother Randy in that one out. Oh no, I'm sorry, I gotta go to YouTube too. Let me see, it's a means of corruption, right? They have the corruption cogs in there and they wanna keep the corruption going. And so as long as they can get you to vote in someone to represent you, then they can keep the corruption going. It's definitely a means of corruption. It makes perfectly good sense. I'm glad you put it that way. Made a lot of sense. Blue Lady 22 alien spaceship. That's what I think. That's what I think, Blue Lady. I think this, you know what? I think it's a probe. I think they probably hollowed out a Moa and they put a camera and sensors and stuff and they send it around. It's mapping the galaxy and stuff. It's the perfect shape. It's beaten up, look like it's been traveling through different solar systems, which is why it came in at the exact angle that they say it would be unfathomably mathematically impossible to have it to come in at the angle it did outside of our solar system, come in right by the Earth, and then swing away and leave. I think that thing's just going from planet to planet. You ever watch Stargate Universe? That's what I think it is. But also, I think it looks like a rock. I think it looks like a rock because they need to know. They don't need you to know that what it is. I think Stephen Hawking was right. I think that that's not what they say it is. And the only reason they're releasing it to us now, Blue Lady 22, that it's sped up, and they're trying to explain why it's sped up, is because they know they can't go and study it. Or they already did went and study it. They don't want us to know anything. That's the only reason why they're saying it now. I think Stephen Hawking probably knew that. I think he was a whistleblower. Let me see. Our president is not a liar. He's the only president that kept his promise. He has done everything he said he would do. Well, Blue Lady, I don't necessarily believe that. I think, one, everybody's a liar. And I think every president who keeps all of their word, doing what the people want them to do, get murdered. Or they have assassination attempts. I think if they think about doing it, they get an assassination attempt. And if they actually do it, they get murdered. I don't believe that trillionaires would let a president do things to help citizens out that breaks down trillions of dollars in profit. I don't believe that. I think there's always a lot deeper things going on than what we know. And so I think presidents are made to lie. I think presidents are made to do what they need to do to keep the money and the corruption and the greed going around. It's not an anti-Trump thing. It's not a pro-Trump thing. It's not an anti-Obama thing. It's just money and corruption makes the world go round. And if you're not corrupt, they kill you. It's like any mafia, any gang. It's how the world works. It's ugly, but I think it's true. Anyway, listen, I get going. Let's try to build an Earth that the alien ship will slow down and park and hang out with us. Go out today, vote, don't vote, just whatever you do. Mean your neighbors well, mean the people around you well. Try to get rid of this bigotry. Try to look for places where they get you upset and ego-driven and emotional and fighting. And try to get rid of as much of that as possible. We got a world to build for the next generation, not this evil ghetto of a hood Earth, murderously bloody that we got going now. We're better than this. We're better than all of this. But we gotta grow up first. This is Gerard. I gotta go. Y'all have a wonderful day. Love y'all now. Bye-bye.